On the banks of the River Tay, in Perthshire, lies Dunkeld, a name that carries muscle and meaning. The stronghold of the Caledonians. In Scotland, place names are often not labels, they are warnings or echoes. Long before modern maps and modern borders, the Romans looked across this land and named it for their own world. They called it Colonia, a settlement in their imagination, a foothold of empire. But the truth is, places like this never stayed still. They kept gathering stories, like rivers gather rain. And then nearby there are the Burnham Woods. Old oak stillness, the kind of age you feel in your bones. This is where the boundary between history and legend starts to blur. In 1589, Shakespeare came here with a troupe of actors. Not just to pass through note to seat, to listen, to stand in a landscape that had been standing longer than any man's fame. Imagine it players in travel-worn coats, and beyond them, trees that do not perform for anyone, trees that simply remember. And from that atmosphere, those shadows, that ancient hush, something found its way into his work. Because when a mind like Shakespeare seeks the darkness of the human soul, it doesn't need to invent a haunting. The woods already provide it. So when we think of Macbeth of prophecy, ambition, and dread Burnham becomes more than a location, it becomes a mood. A living stage set, lit not by torches, but by the slow watching presence of time. Now turn to Dunkeld Cathedral, where nature continues the story in its own language. Here stands the mother larch planted and fostered through the work of the Dukes of Atholl, who seeded the land to clothe it in trees. It's striking, really, power-shaping beauty, and beauty returning the gift shades, shelter, and continuity. But the woods of this region do not speak only in timber and time, they speak in myth. There is the forest of Caledon, where legend places the very idea of Merlin, a figure braided to the ancient forests themselves. In these stories, Merlin isn't merely a man. He's the intelligence of the wild magic learned from stone, weather, and woodland depth. And whether Merlin was real, in the way we measure reality, or real in the way a culture measures its fears and hopes, one thing is clear: people came to these forests and felt something watching back. Christian presence here is thought to stretch back to around 600 AD. And yes, tradition remembers Columba, but Christianity didn't arrive like a switch being flipped. It moved in like tidewater. Columba's remains were once at Iona, until the Vikings ransacked sacred places and scattered what they could not understand. Later, Kenneth MacAlpine entrusted the relics to Dunkeld, carrying the old story into cathedral ground. And now the final act belongs to our own age. Because forests aren't just scenery anymore. They are being cleared for wind farms, for solar panels, and even for data centers, pulled by water and the promise of capacity. So we return to the oldest question Dunkeld asks: whether in legend or in oak, if these woods are connected, if the land holds memory, what happens when we cut the threads?